Elon Musk would break a golden rule if he decided to buy Liverpool instead of Manchester United. The tech billionaire's father, Errol, has sensationally claimed his son would like to buy the Anfield club, which has been owned by the Fenway Sports Group FSG since 2010. While FSG has looked for external investment in the past, a full sale is not on the cards at present. However, that didn't stop Errol Musk from revealing that Elon had his eye on events in the red half of Merseyside. In an interview with Times Radio, Errol said, "I can't comment on that. They'll raise the price." When pressed on whether Elon would want to buy Liverpool, he added, "Oh yes, but that doesn't mean he's buying it. He would like to, yes, obviously. Anybody would want to, so would I." Musk's Senar claimed the interest was partly there due to the family's connection to the city. He explained, "His grandmother was born in Liverpool, and we have relatives in Liverpool, and we were fortunate to know quite a lot of the Beatles because they grew up with some of my family. So we are attached to Liverpool, you know. However, that connection didn't extend to Elon's passion for football, as he grew up supporting bitter rivals United instead. Having joked in August 2022 that he was buying them from the Glazer family, he announced on Twitter, before he bought the social media platform and renamed it X, that the Red Devils were his club. He posted, "If it were any team, it would be Manchester United. They were my favourite team as a kid." Aside from his outspoken views on British politics and his association with US President-elect Donald Trump, a boyhood United fan buying Liverpool would be hugely controversial, given the intense rivalry between the two biggest clubs in English football. Anyone crossing that divide would be viewed with deep skepticism. Only 12 players have done so in history, and there's been no business directly conducted between the two since 1964. Last May, Forbes rated Liverpool the fourth most valuable club in the world, with an estimated value of £4.3 billion. That amounts to just over 1% of Musk's total net worth, which is believed to be around £343 billion. FSG has occasionally been criticised by a section of the fan base for their perceived lack of investment in the squad. However, there are few complaints at present, with the Reds riding high at the top of the Premier League and the Champions League. Hey Liverpool fans, welcome back again. Here we go. Liverpool remain 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League after draws for them and their rivals, but questions are being asked about their January transfer plans. Arneslot oversaw a quiet summer window, with Federicochiesa joining from Juventus and Giorgi Mamardashvili set to link up with the squad after the 2024-25 season. Chiesa has been linked with a January departure after struggling for game time, but Liverpool appear in no hurry to let him leave. There's also the question of whether Slot needs to add to his ranks. Speaking after the Sunday afternoon draw with Manchester United, Jamie Carragher claimed a new left-back should be a priority for the title chasers. "I just think Andy Robertson, who is an absolute legend, is just hanging on in every game," Carragher told Sky Sports. "I don't think Kostas Tsimikas is quite of the standard to come in and replace him. I think if Liverpool could get a left-back in January, I think that'd put Liverpool in a really strong position to win the league." Robertson has played more than 300 games for Liverpool since joining from Hull in 2017, winning the Champions League in 2019 and Premier League in 2020. This season, though, the cracks have started to show. A red card against Fulham played its part in dropped points for Slot's team, while Robertson has been found wanting on other occasions. At the age of 30, some will feel he has reached the point where it's time to look at potential long-term replacements, especially if Tsimikas isn't considered up to the task. Bournemouth defender Kerkez is a number of fans' first choice, and it's easy to see why. The 21-year-old has room to grow as a player, but already has Premier League experience under his belt and has shown quality at both ends of the field. He's also already well known to Slot from his time in the Eredivisie. Hungary international Kerkez enjoyed a breakout season with AZ in 2022-23, helping the Alkmaar side reach the Conference League semi-finals, and played home and away against Slot's Feyenoord. Liverpool sporting director Richard Hughes helped bring Kerkez to England when working for the Cherries, so he too has been aware of the defender's qualities for some time. With Bournemouth closing in on Argentine left-back Julio Soler, might they allow Kerkez to leave in January? Fulham star Robinson might sound like an off-brand version of Liverpool's left-back, but his name isn't the only similarity. The United States international gets up and down the pitch brilliantly, and demonstrated this against the Reds back in December, when he set up both Cottagers' goals in a 2-2 draw. He also captained Marco Silva's side in that game, one of several occasions on which he has done so this term. His leadership has come along with an impressive end product, with no other defender able to match his 7 assists this term. At 27, former Everton youth star Robinson is older than some of the other names on this list. However, he has been ever present in the league this term in a position which requires energetic displays time after time. Wolves man Ait Nouri has been linked with Liverpool in the past, with his attacking contributions catching the eye. 3 goals and 5 assists this term is already his best return since moving to the Premier League, and he's only needed 18 appearances to reach that total. He was on target when Wolves met Liverpool earlier this season, popping up inside the 6-yard box to take advantage after some lax defending from Slot's team. However, with the Molineux side struggling for clean sheets in the early part of the season, some may wonder whether Ait Nouri would be capable of fulfilling the defensive responsibilities needed to succeed at Anfield. The Algeria international might not come cheap, given he is under contract until 2026, with Wolves holding a 1-year extension option. He would also likely be missing for a few games during the Africa Cup of Nations, though this is unlikely to be a make-or-break factor. Liverpool may decide they need cover on both flanks, with Trent Alexander-Arnold potentially on his way to Real Madrid. If that proves to be the case, Nottingham Forest defender Aina could be the solution. Interestingly, Aina was brought in by Hull in the summer they lost Robertson to Liverpool. The defender predominantly played at right back after joining on loan from Chelsea, where he started his career but also played a number of games down the left. Aina will also be away at AFCON with Nigeria, and at 28 he is at a different stage of his career than some others on this list. However, Liverpool may decide his versatility and ability to get forward on either flank is a reasonable trade-off. If Liverpool choose to look outside the Premier League, Barcelona star Balde might be an option. The young Spaniard is reportedly of interest to Paris Saint-Germain, who themselves face the prospect of losing Nuno Mendes to Manchester United. Balde has been a regular under Hansi Flick this term, helping Barca mount a title bid. He also played for Spain at the 2022 World Cup, though injury kept him out of La Roja's run to Euro 2024 glory. It remains to be seen whether Balde's club would listen to bids in January, and indeed whether he would even want to leave after rubbishing talk of a summer exit. However, amid a tricky situation around the registration of Dani Olmo, it could be worth testing the waters. Bayern Munich's Davies is in high demand, with plenty of clubs on alert ahead of his contract expiring in June. Suitors are permitted to speak to the Canadian over a potential pre-contract agreement, but Bayern could be tempted by the prospect of a January bid to boost their coffers. Despite the contract situation, Davies doesn't appear to have ruled out staying at the Allianz Arena. Real Madrid and Manchester United appear prepared to offer him an exit route though, and Liverpool have also been linked. A converted winger, the former Vancouver Whitecaps star won't face too many questions about his ability to contribute in an attacking sense. The 24-year-old has averaged a goal or assist every 4 games across the Bundesliga and Champions League, with his strike against Real Madrid in last season's European semi-finals, taking Bayern within minutes of the final. In the wake of one of Liverpool's more ragged performances of the season, it did not take long for Virgil van Dijk to regain his customary cool. Unusually for the Dutch defender, he appeared to lose his temper on more than one occasion during the draw with Manchester United. Not with an opponent, not with referee Michael Oliver, but with one or more of his teammates. And it was obvious that Trent Alexander-Arnold did not escape his captain's wrath. But after the England fullback's shocking performance brought criticism from all quarters, including a withering put-down from Roy Keane, Van Dijk quietly reminded Trent that his teammates have got his back. He said Trent has his own people around him, his family, and we are there as well. He wants to perform in the best way possible, like we all do. That is the main focus. In my opinion, maybe ask him, That is the distraction the game. Alexander-Arnold's display against United prompted Keane to joke, "There's talk about him going to Real Madrid. He's going to Tranmere Rovers after this." Arneslot defended Alexander-Arnold, preferring to highlight the threat posed by Bruno Fernandes and Diogo Dalot. But radio phone-ins were jammed with Liverpool fans laying into Alexander-Arnold, whose poor display followed an approach by Real Madrid, who obviously expect to complete his signing at some stage. And while Van Dijk, who is also out of contract at the end of the season, was predictably diplomatic after the United match, it was significant that he appeared to call out Alexander-Arnold during the game. But Van Dijk hinted that his displeasure was directed at the team rather than any individual. He said we could and should have done better in having the ball, keeping it longer. We should have done better, especially after going 2-1 up. We were sloppy and let them come back. United came back into the game because of their quality, but we lost the ball too easily in difficult moments. Spaces became much bigger than they should have been. But Van Dijk also clearly believes assessments of United's predicament are too dire, saying we were playing against a good opponent. By the sound that had been going around before the game, I think everyone from the outside world forgets that. They have good players. They are obviously a work in progress, but they made it difficult for us. And considering Liverpool have a 6-point lead at the top of the Premier League table, have won all their Champions League matches and are looking forward to a Carabao Cup semi-final, Van Dijk was not going to get too despondent about dropping a couple of points to United, saying in the end, it could have been a lot worse. We take a point. But we showed good things as well, resilience after going 1-0 down. So it was good things and less good things. We had to get up.